Boulevard, everybody. I'm in a pretty special place this week, and I'm going to share it. We have been staying down on that little island right there. We're in Tavarua, Fiji this week, checking on some old friends, some new friends, hanging out, getting some new waves, scored a really good swell. And I'm also down here to check on a renewable energy system. So this island behind me just went powered by the sun. They installed, I want to say, about 150 kW worth of panels, an equal amount of battery storage to handle that capacity. It's a cogen system with the generator, but they get to turn the generator off. That used to cycle 24/7. I was involved in the project in the early stages of the design, and then unfortunately COVID came in and kind of torpedoed the travel plans. But borders are open in Fiji, and we're able to get down here and see my Tavarua family and check it out. So I'm going to give you a tour of what the system is, the panels, the batteries, the ocean delivered the goods. So hope you enjoy. Aloha.
So first, let's define what microgrid is. A most classic example of what a microgrid is think university campus, hospital, or like a large-scale building that has generators on site, and then when the power goes down, those generators kick on. They're able to manage the power on that property, on that little mini grid, and they're essentially disconnected from the greater utility. It's essentially the same thing that happens on a mini off-grid system. There's a battery, there's a charge controller, there's a generator, there's solar panels or wind turbines, and they're all working together with the load to manage that power and basically bring balance. The quick definition of what a microgrid is a small scale power grid that operates independently. Independent keyword there. So on this island, it's the 30-acre little island that you can walk around in about 20 minutes. It's cut off from the main island by ocean, deep sea water, salt water, and there's no way to get a power line across that, so they're on their own to make their own power. There's kind of the three components of a true microgrid is it's local, it's independent, and it's intelligent. Local, think the power is generated on site and then used within that little microgrid. Second, independent. Keyword there, I think it's self-explanatory, but essentially the microgrid is isolated. It's island, not to use that word over, but it's essentially independent of the greater utility system. There's a disconnect working it. Those two are not connected or communicating via power lines. Last is it's intelligent. The charge controller is the brain of the system, and it sets the protocols of what is going to be when and where and how much power is being used. On this one, what's pretty cool is that it was a cogen system. Essentially, the generator and the PV panels are going to work in tandem to charge that battery, regardless if there's sun in the sky or not. So if the battery gets to 40%, the generator is going to turn on and it's going to charge the battery until it gets to 90% and automatically kick off. If the sun's shining, they can cogen and they're going to reach 90% that much quicker. I hope you enjoy this. This has been a cool one. I look forward to doing a follow-up. If you really like this, please like, subscribe, sign up for the newsletter, shoot me an email. Don't be shy if you have any solar questions or questions about anything else. The newsletter is probably the easiest way to stay up to date and what we got going on. We're really trying to pump out the content on this channel. But head over to the blog, thebougareport.com/blog, and that's kind of where all the content lives. Aloha. Thank you very much.
Who are you?
Rick is
Okay, and what's your role of Tavarua?
whatever it takes to get the job done.
Where are we?
Tavarua in
Yeah.
the South Pacific, or
Yeah.
just off the coast of main island of Fiji.
Yeah.
We're at the very bottom of the Mamanutha chain, which is the bottom of the Asawas.
Okay.
On the barrier reef, where we get a lot of good ocean flow, like a lot of fresh seawater moving in and out. So it's a real healthy environment for.
Talk solar goes cloudy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Classic, oh my god.
Alright. Heading to the other side of the island of the resort, the back end, the industrial side. Taking a look at the inverters and the batteries and the solar system of this bitchin' little microgrid. Remind me the details again? 250. It's the size of the battery.
1.3 megawatt hour.
1.3 megawatt hours Tesla power pack. And how much solar? 250 kW of solar?
206.
206 kW of solar.
And the inverter is rated for 300,
Okay.
about 330 kilowatts.
All right. And the genset?
We got one brand new one, big 250
Okay.
kilowatt, and two 150s.
Gotcha.
This is all being redone as well. We're doing it in phases.
Okay.
So we're in the middle of construction.
Okay.
The main structure is the back of the house structure.
Okay.
And on the second story is where we house all the Tesla batteries.
Okay.
And so we'll go take a.
Now we're charging the battery.
Yeah.
So this is on and load now, the picking hours. So this is the battery online now, basically. When you off it, the offline. So we can run the battery now the charging the battery is like 90%, I think will then cut off.
90% it shuts off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it comes to 40%, and then it will start charging the batteries.
There it is. Okay. So that's the main. That's the settings of the battery right now. Okay.
And this is a PV power for the solar. But now it's 2%, there's no sun.
Yep.
So we can control here like 2%.
Yeah. We always come talk solar on cloudy days, right?
Yeah. So this is the new gen for that one.
Okay.
So now it's 44%. So 40% generator gonna start. When it goes to 90%, then they cut off.
Gotcha.
This is the island load now. It's our island now.
What's the peak you've seen of the load? Has the load increased lately?
Yeah, increase maybe 100, sometimes 120 like that. So now minus 75, that means some generator is charging the battery.
Gotcha. Wow. There it is.
Shut the paint.
Okay.
Got some doors and stuff.
Zombie apocalypse.
Well, the whole thing, but.
I mean, but it's basically typhoon proof. Above, storm surge, concrete bunker, climate control, all that good stuff. So, you know, what's the size of this? The solar array is going to be above this sucker? How big? How big is the PV array going to go on this building right here?
It's going to be about 40 kilowatt, roughly.
A 40 kW? Okay. Nothing massive. But.
So we got 206
Okay.
kilowatt.
What brand of panels do you guys even have going?
The panels were.
Brand panels?
The Q cells,
Okay.
380 watt.
Yep.
That's
The other side of what this is why. See that? This is what's running those loud generators right there.
So our large fuel tanks are like 26,000 liters.
Yep.
But now that we're going to solar,
Yeah.
you know, we don't need as much fuel on the island now. We just needed like 2 weeks of fuel for
Yep.
like cyclones,
Yep.
bad weather, that kind of stuff.
That's
So we're taking out those large diesel tanks and we'll go to 10,000 liter tanks for 25,000.
Okay. This one. Like,
Gotta keep trimming all the coconut trees. Full-time job.
okay.
Just keep trimming trees.
Okay.
That's why this is going to be the biggest producer. 'Cause
Yep, above.
It's the least shaded.
Back on the highway.
And we irrigate the jungle. That's
Yep.
why the jungle looks so good, even in the dry season.
Wow.
So any nitrates or phosphates that are left over after being treated,
Yep.
the plants just chew it up.
Look at the little coconut nursery.
Go easy and we'll- Because the whole sustainability thing,
Yep.
the climate restoration project's a really big part of the environmental side of things.
Yep.
So,
And just the overall reef health. And
yeah.
it's all connected.
Everything's
Right, the wastewater, clamps of the reef, the health of the reef, the burning, the CO2.
We prefer to run, the desalinization plant while during peak production.
Yep.
We have good solar power.
Yep, exactly. So that's kind of where I was getting at. It's like
Yeah.
all those heavy lifting loads. That what can you do when the sun is shining and be most
Exactly.
productive of that energy?
Yeah. And that's why it's better to have a little larger desalinization plant.
Yeah.
So you run it during those peak hours.
Okay. Is there any other load shifting you guys try and do, heavy lifting loads when the sun's shining that you guys are?
We run the whole resort.
Yeah.
You know.
Just
And
know
then
that's when everybody's awake and food's being cooked.
That's why you want to produce more energy during the day than the amount that you're using, because you want to store it into the batteries.
Yeah.
And then the goal is to be 100% off fossil fuel.
Yeah.
The loads vary a lot depending on a lot of factors. But and depends on how much more we keep loading up. We're adding
More ACs.
more ACs to cool the battery into the new back of house, that kind of stuff. So that every time you keep adding more power, then it kind of starts shifting the numbers a little bit. But we're about 80%, about 206 kilowatts.
Okay.
And right now the batteries are about 1.3 megawatt hours.
Hey.
And
Tim Cat.
then we'll be adding more batteries in time.
Okay. I mean, resort management is microgrid management at the end of the day, and it's like urban planning and.
It's trying to combine like environmental side,
Yeah.
sustainability side, all working together.
So, okay, I got a question for you. What was your first why? Why solar? It's like there's a hierarchy, and each people kind of is it the ROI? Is it climate change? Is it to save the reefs? Like which one?
If everybody did their part, it'd make a difference, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things affecting the environment is ocean acidification caused by fossil fuels.
Yeah.
The oceans are absorbing, and it's changing the pH of the ocean. And
Okay.
the acidification is, it's going to start killing everything, and
Yeah.
we're going to have to start pulling back on
Stop burning shit. Really, is it?
stop burning it.
It's like.
Yeah, it's interesting how there isn't much talk about it, the ocean acidification stuff. Nobody's really talking about it, but it's one of the largest threats to our environment.
Yeah.
So, if everybody does their part, and make a change.
Yeah. Well, the reefs are looking extra healthy out there right now. I have to say, I've definitely seen the colors come roaring back.
The ecosystem doesn't lie.
Right?
Yeah, it's a reflection on whatever you do. You gotta protect it.
Thank you, Uncle.
Good shot.
That's awesome. And there's a little reef shark just cruising by while I'm trying to shoot this. Amazing.
Just came back from Mars, a new golden age we're told. Mars had rivers, lakes and seas, but life never seemed to take hold. And in the emptiness my mind goes back to you. We live beneath, we live above and we live below. All of us next to each other is so utterly alone. And we were in this all together, now we're on our own. And you learn tenderness is essential. And you learn the only thing I know is how we hold each other right now. Make do with someone new, but it's too scary to ignore. It won't change what we're looking for. Still we learn what's worth our time and what's a bore. And you learn tenderness is essential. And you learn the only thing I know is how we hold each other right now. Like a dust storm, we got caught. I came out with the balance of an astronaut. Meet me in the garden by the road and we'll drive up the coast. I've been sleepwalking on you, but I didn't give up this ghost. And it all seems like we've been so alone.